Hello, and welcome to the Casino Tears podcast. I'm one of your hosts, 10 Ton is number one, and joining me as my co-host is the one and only Ed Robinson from Roll to Win Craps. If you want more info on our show, please visit our page at casinotears.com. On this week's show, we discuss the vent line, questions, complaints, apologies. We also touch on player motivations, profitability, tiddlywinks, kumbaya, and 10-ton doubles down on don't players.
Yeah, I want to get something off my chest. I stopped listening yesterday after you two guys were celebrating after knocking somebody off on the table. That's not the way to grow craps. Maybe they were ignorant that happens, but you guys were like high-fiving and celebrating, you and Bumpfuck or Bump John, whatever his name is, and 10-ton, because the guy made a silly bet or whatever. I just don't see that. My Seattle crew and John and all of us around here, I don't think we're going to listen anymore unless you do an on-air apology. I mean, it's ridiculous. And also, you got to think there, 10-ton number one, is if that guy figures out it was you on the podcast for him, he'll probably come after you. I mean, think of all the fucking crazies out there in the world. Say nice things. Don't say shit like, well, hey, Ed got a dog named after his son after, he played the big ace, whatever. Say positive things. I mean, if you guys can't see that, I'm sorry. You guys are great craps knowledge, but I'm done. I canceled my subscription, and, I'll call back next week if I don't hear an apology. One of my friends will tell me whatever, but you guys have a great day. You wanted to hear it. Here it is. That's no way to act at the craps table. We're trying to beat the casino. Bye.
Maybe he needs a hug, but he might need a hug. There's a couple things that I agree with this caller. I wish he'd leave his name because I'd have him on the show. I'd have him call into the show. He did say there's a couple compliments about great craps knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Said, have a great day.
Yeah.
He also said, hey, you wanted to hear it? Yes, we do want to hear it. Love the fact that you'd call in. He said, we all want to beat the casino, which we all do, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm pissed about this voicemail, Ed, is because he's so factually incorrect. It's factually incorrect, which is really why I wanted to correct the record. First of all, he was saying that we celebrated. We celebrated after knocking somebody off the table. I mean, that specific point, he's correct about that. We did celebrate. It wasn't necessarily in their face. You might have been the one he was talking about, but he definitely singled me out. And I'm trying to think what he heard. And it was that episode when I talked about the don't players, but I also talked about.
It's like I said earlier. I mean, I'm not shooting for the don't player to win. I'm shooting for me to win.
Ed, he might have been talking about when I talked about that guy with the fucking hairy ass arms at Durango that came in, bought in, and plopped down right in front of Bump John's face this stack of black chips when Bump John was shooting, and it was a high pressure moment. He was playing a regression strategy. He had his whole bankroll out on the table, all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
For Bump John, that was an important shot. And when someone comes in there and interrupts a roll, I don't think that this guy, whoever called in from the Seattle crew, I don't know how many big time pressure situations he's actually been in at the table. This email might be coming part from inexperience because there are situations that are tense, that are tight. There's a lot of money on the line. And it's not one of these kumbaya, let's hold hands. It is confrontational at times, and that was a confrontational move. And if you've been playing for a long time, you know what a innocent bettor is or someone that's kind of fucking aggressive.
If the dice are in my hands, I am shooting for myself. I'm not shooting for that bastard that just came in there and plopped a bunch of stuff on the domes.
So to say that I'm happy, I am happy. I am happy that this person is gone, and I will celebrate. There's some sort of weird thing like this isn't about everyone being happy. This is gambling. This is about money. Gambling back then was associated with violence and guns. I don't know, man. I also appreciate the fact that he's warned me that someone would come after me if I call someone out. I'm like, no, because if I'm going to get shot, it's probably going to be in the casino because I'm going to say it to their face if I say anything. Whatever happened, it wasn't done behind anyone's back. I make sure that these people know exactly how I'm feeling. All those guys know. Everyone knows. I'm not worried about anyone coming after me. I mean, I appreciate the concern, but the other thing that I want to say is I feel like he's saying that we should be positive. Ed, we've got 100 episodes. This whole thing has been to grow and promote the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a very positive way for a lot of people.
With different viewpoints.
I don't know, man. I think whoever he is, you're welcome to call into the show. And you can say this to everyone. I want people to hear this, but I also think you're mistaken and you need a hug. And you need to understand we've been playing for a long time. I'm going to assume that I've been playing for a much longer time than you have to leave this comment, because I think any craps player that has played over a decade, me over 15 years, would never say something like this, because it's a naive thing to say. In fact, we've just been really positive. Ed, with you, the whole point was to help people, because there was never anything that I had when I was trying to learn the game to learn from.
There's very little information out there that's fresh.
Farthest thing is putting targets on anyone's back. And in fact, it's those specific moments that don't betters, literally shots fired. They started it. That's an act of war.
Yeah.
It is an act of war for a don't better. And everyone feel free to discuss this. If I did that, went to a table and just plopped my chips down where someone was shooting and stacked them high, you're going to tell me that I just did that by accident? No fucking way.
He did it on purpose.
Exactly.
Of course he did it on purpose. Yeah.
Not give us the benefit of the doubt when you say that we've got the craps knowledge. And I appreciate you listening to the show. I'm never going to beg for any subscription. You can convince the entire Seattle crew to cancel their subscriptions. That's fine. But I think the Seattle crew, we've tried to highlight the Seattle crew. And like I said, Ed, the 3 people from Seattle that I know personally that I've talked to on the phone, like John, X-Man, and Double Deuce, I think we've been proponents of the Seattle scene.
We have a lot of fans up there.
You can tell all your friends in Seattle to cancel, but there will be no apology.
Zero.
I'm apologizing for you. You're welcome to call in and apologize again. And I hope you do. I'm never going to beg for any subscriber. You're free to.
Yeah. You can be a don't better or not. We don't care.
And we're going to keep doing this.
You can leave.
No matter what. And I'm glad this thing happened. The other thing is we appreciate everyone that listens, and we're trying and striving to be accountable, upfront and transparent.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference between analyzing play versus attacking people. I think that's a deliberate attack. Again, if they don't know this, they should learn this about craps. We're not playing tiddlywinks, and we aren't playing for marshmallows. We're playing for money.
I play to win. I play to win, dude. Whether it's my level or your level, we're all playing to win. And I never play just to have fun, rah-rahing with the guys at the table. I can rah-rah with them anywhere. If I'm at the table, I'm there to win money, period.
To almost make it seem like we're not about the positivity, we've always been about the game first, the decisions, the psychology, the lessons, definitely not tearing down other players. It might seem like that, but that's my opinion. You know, we talk about mistakes. That's how everyone learns.
Yeah.
Do they deserve to be mocked? I mean, in some way, yeah, this is real. I'm not going to candy coat how I feel towards a don't better. It's no news. I think that the thing he doesn't understand is that that's during a roll.
Well, let me ask you a question, Tinton.
Go ahead.
Can you take $600 and bet the don'ts and win $96,000?
No, you can't.
No freaking way. No freaking way. Can you take $600 as a don't better and turn it into $1,200? Maybe. You can also turn it into zero, just like the right side better can. All right. So if you're buying in with $600 and your odds of coming out at zero on either side are virtually the same. Regardless of what the math guys tell you, it's virtually the same. The odds on the don't bet and the pass line are almost equal. Almost, right? If it wasn't, they wouldn't let you bet it.
Ed, this guy says that's no way to act at a craps table.
Fuck him. I can bet. I can act any way I want to at a craps table.
Because it's not a way to grow the game. But I'm like, dude, we're doing so much to grow this game that's what we're trying to do by telling this is not how you play the game or should play the game in a very disruptive, argumentative way. I think he might be saying that this was that someone made a silly bet. First of all, I don't think we're talking about someone making a silly bet. What the caller in is almost saying that we are attacking someone that made a silly bet. That is not a silly bet. I think that you just have not been playing the game long enough to realize the intentions behind bets, placements, and we're going to educate you on how to do it. And if you want to cancel the membership, be my guest. You know what? I'll send you your money back. Call in again, but there's going to be no apology.
Zero.
The fact that someone would want me to issue an apology, I'm not wrong. I am not wrong. You're not wrong. Combined between us, how many years of craps? I would definitely say if I'm wrong. I do not feel like I'm wrong at all.
I've been playing for 35 years.
If we wanted to laugh at people making silly bets, I'd be cracking up all day long.
I'd laugh at myself because I make silly bets.
I don't know. It's just like it bums me out when people miss it. And I think your intentions are good. The entire show isn't going to be about positive things. Overall, this podcast is positive, and we are trying to do a lot for the game and for players that didn't have something like this, which I wish I had.
People that don't think we take it seriously are totally incorrect.
No,
I take it seriously on both sides. Don't bets, right side bets. I'm serious. I'm trying to win money. That's all I'm trying to do.
Ed, you play the don'ts at times. I never play the don'ts. I think I've played it 2 times, maybe. You have played the don'ts, so you get it.
I do it a lot, but I don't flaunt it. I don't run my mouth about it. And I'm not there to socialize. I'm there to win money.
And Ed, I will open my big trap at someone if they do something wrong during a roll because I have a lot of money out on the table. And in my eyes, they are interfering with me earning money and taking that home because I just don't have a couple thousand out on the table just because it's taken a while to get to that. And I'm hoping that this roll will continue. So why, in my eyes, and I think you'd agree, anyone would be upset at someone fucking that up? Why wouldn't you?
Again, though, I will say, if it gets in my head that someone's screwing up my game, I need to turn my bets off.
Exactly. But Ed, what a shame when this happens, when it's done deliberately. The guy who's left the voicemail made no mention, which was a big error on his part, about understanding the motivations behind this player. This was not an innocent, oops, I made a silly bet. This was deliberate.
Yeah.
If we didn't have any money at risk, dude, if I just had $5 at risk, big deal.
Yeah.
You know, I have thousands out and I'm the shooter. So of course you're going to say something. And the more experienced you are, you know players and you know the motivations that are behind certain bets. Oh, here's another example. And I've got witnesses. Huggy Bear was at the table. I think even BRB. We had a guy roll up with Don't Better, 7-star Don't Better right next to me and his partner, and they were yelling 7. They were Don't Betters. They knew exactly what they're doing. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, man,
100%.
Whoever sent this, I would love to know who you are. I'll talk to you all day about it, but you got to understand something, dude. Don't Betters especially know what they're doing. And when people are fucking up a roll, don't be naive. That's the lesson you should take away. It's not just Ed. Man, this isn't just about us being a positive cheerleaders for everyone making misclicks and making mistakes. Yeah. We're supportive of that because we all do.
I don't mind professional don't players who keep it quiet and make their bets and take their bets down. I mean, the professional will make a bet for 3 or 4, make a don't bet for 3 or 4 rolls. He'll go, okay, this guy's on a roll, turn him off, take him down. I don't mind those guys at all.
I don't mind them either. I compliment them.
Yeah, because they're professional at what they do. But the dumbasses that come in and try to blow up a table that's on a hot roll, I don't like those. Never have. And quite frankly, never will.
But, you know, this reminds me of, remember when Dr. No called in?
Yeah.
Dr. No. His first call in was like a borderline confrontational call, right? But I tell you what, we ended up becoming friends, getting to know him. He's a don't player, but man, what a great craps mind. I appreciate that he did call because I love calls, but you don't have all the facts. And that's kind of why I'm not ever going to apologize, because when someone doesn't have all the facts, no. And the fact that you were bold enough to say you expect to issue an apology, I mean, that's funny. That's pure comedy. No, absolutely not. That's not happening. But you're welcome on the show. Just like I said, Justice Jen, you can come on the show and call in and we could talk about lay bets and we can talk about EV and the EV that I lost. And I'll stand by this and you're welcome to air it out in the public, right? In front of everyone.
Yeah.
I'm totally down to do that. That's why the live show might be good. But then there's someone else that called in, Ed. Hey, everyone, this is 10 Ton. And don't you hate it when we end the show like that? Right when you're getting into it, you're invested in the combo, and then bam, out of nowhere, we just leave you hanging. If you're on our Patreon page, though, you get the full episode along with some show notes. Hope to see you there. And of course, new episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. Let me repeat that. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and will tell all of your fellow craps playing friends about it. Please follow Casino Tears on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you like the show, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. The best and most fun way to contact us would be to call and leave a message on our official Casino Tears vent line, 229-NO7. You can also email us at no7@casinotears.com. And lastly, to help support this podcast, you can visit our Patreon at patreon.com/casinotears. On behalf of Roll to Win Craps from Alabama and 10 Ton is #1 from Las Vegas, thanks for listening.